Hey, Donovan here, and this video is made for martial arts school owners who want to get more replies out of their Facebook leads. So, to be fair, this would work for any business realistically. Any business that runs ads on Facebook, gets leads coming through, and wants to learn how to actually get those leads to reply. Now, one of the biggest problems we have when we run ads on Facebook is we get leads that come through, we send them a message, and then they never get back to us. I'm sure you know that pain. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why, if you're not running Facebook ads right now, maybe that's why you're not running Facebook ads, because you've run them in the past, you've got leads, and then those leads just never reply, and it's just a waste of money. You're putting money into Facebook and nothing's coming back. Now, this video is going to solve that for you. Like, it's literally going to solve it for you. Completely free from me to you, and it's going to solve that issue for you, and hopefully you'll better understand why that's happening to you. Now, what I am going to go through in a minute is, obviously, I'm going to go through the ideas behind this and why it works and stuff like that. But afterwards, I'm literally just going to give you this. Like, I'm going to give you, let me make my head a bit smaller, but I'm going to give you our actual follow-up process that we use for our clients, and we get a pretty good reply rate with this. So I'm going to talk through why it works and the understandings behind it, and then I'm going to literally give it to you. Like, the exact wording that we use when it comes to following up with leads, I'm going to give it to you. I have people all the time, they shoot me a message and they say, "Hey, Donovan, I've messaged my lead once, I've messaged my lead twice, I've messaged them 3 times, and they're just not replying. What do I do?" And this is going to solve that for you. So let's go straight into it. This is all about maximizing your Facebook lead reply rate, the power of persistence. I have clients that get like 80% reply rate using what I'm going to show you today. So let's go through it. So as it says here, this is designed to help martial arts school. By the way, this is going to be linked underneath this video as well. So if you want to have a read through, you can do that. Now, this is designed to help martial arts school learners boost their Facebook lead reply rate. In today's competitive landscape, engaging potential customers effectively is crucial for business success. This is very, very important. There's no point running Facebook ads and getting an amazing cost per lead if the leads aren't even replying to you. You might as well just not have any leads. It's a waste of time if none of them are replying to you. Now, martial arts school owners simply cannot afford to not understand this, and I mean that. If you do not understand this, it doesn't matter what cost per lead you get. It doesn't matter how well you feel like you do on Facebook ads and things like that. You're never going to get the results that you want, because you don't know how to get people to reply and get people actually, have conversating with you to actually come to a class. So you need to understand this. So section 1, we've only got a few sections, a few things that we're going to touch on here. But number 1, speed is key. So one of the most important things when it comes to actually getting people to reply to you is it's about catching them when they're at the highest point of interest. So when a lead comes through, they are coming through because they've showed interest in your services. So if you're a martial arts school, you've advertised a kids class, let's say, a parent has seen your ad, they've clicked on the ad and they've left their details. Now, they've left their details to you because they think there's something that you can solve for their child. So for example, as a martial arts school, you help children with confidence, you help them get friends, you help them do a variety of things, and you know why parents come through to you for help. Now, if someone's clicked on an ad and became a lead, they need help now. It's now that they are thinking about the problem. So contacting them in a day's time, 2 days' time, is too far away, and their interest levels have dropped, and their pain, the pain that they're going through, they might not feel that pain anymore. Now, if they became a lead, it's because they need help with their child now. The problem that they are going through now, and maybe it's today that their child has gone through a bullying issue or whatever that problem is. Now they're at the height of their interest and they're at the height of their pain. We need to grab them now, get them while it's hot, get them now while they're interested. So within 5 minutes is ideal. Now, when a lead comes through, we want to contact them, get that first point of contact in within 5 minutes of them becoming a lead. Otherwise, the chances of them converting drops by 80% if it's after 5 minutes. So you've got to think, if you're contacting your leads after a day, after 2 days, that just simply isn't quick enough. We need to be contacting leads quicker than that. Now, there's tools that we can use for that. You can literally use Zapier. Obviously, we've got our own systems in place that we use to do this, but one that's really, really cheap is Zapier. I like to give you stuff that you can go away and use yourself. Zapier is something that you can go and look at and integrate that with your Facebook lead. So when a lead comes through, you want to contact that lead instantly. Now, the next thing that we need to understand is we need to understand the rule of 7. Now, the rule of 7, well, the psychological principle behind the rule of 7 states that a prospect needs an average of 7 touch points before converting. Let that sink in for a minute. The psychological principle behind the rule of 7 states that a prospect needs an average of 7 touch points before converting. So if you run a martial arts school and you get leads come through, or you run a gym or whatever it is that you run, and you get leads come through, and you send them one message, or you send them 2 messages, or you phone them once, and then when they don't answer, you call it a day. You're 6 off this 7 that you need to be hitting. If the average prospect needs 7 touch points before converting, how can you only send them one message? Do you know what I mean? Like you need to be contacting people more. You need to be hitting them, 7 different times. I'm going to go through how we can do that in the next part. So if you are just sending 1 or 2 messages to leads, that is simply not enough. That is so true. Like you need to be contacting people more, and more. Now, one thing I will say is if you're getting hundreds of leads coming through and you can't possibly handle that because you're trying to do everything manually, you need to lower your ad spend. You need to maybe stop your ads and focus on the follow-up and focus on contacting these leads properly and thoroughly. So you can actually turn them into members. There's no point getting loads of leads coming through, hundreds of leads coming through, if you don't actually have the time to contact them properly. You need to be sending a minimum of 7 messages to each lead that comes through, 7 touch points to every single lead that comes through. So if you're getting too many leads coming through to be able to do that, then maybe try and bring down the amount of leads that you're getting and put more effort into your follow-ups. Cool. We want to craft engaging messages. So there's no point sending messages to our leads if the messages aren't engaging. So we can use emojis. We want to use their name in the messages. I'm going to go through this in this, as I said before. But we want to use their name in the messages. And we want to keep messages short and straight to the point. I see so many martial arts school owners writing massive messages, like stupidly long, and wondering why no one replies. Messages need to be short and straight to the point. Section 2, the power of questions, the psychological impact of questions. Now, when we ask questions, we stimulate curiosity, we create an emotional connection, and we encourage active engagement. Now, that's a fancy word for we encourage a reply. So if we want people to reply, there's no point just giving people information. We want to ask a question at the end of it that they can reply to. So here, which day would be best for your child to attend a trial class this weekend? Which day would be best for your child to attend a trial class? So you could give them a little bit of information, maybe send them a message, a little bit of writing or whatever, or reply to their message, and then put which day would be best for your child to attend a trial class? Or little message, what questions do you have that I can answer? And then or a little message, and then do you have any questions or are you ready to get booked in? If you don't ask questions, this seems so obvious, but I see so many martial arts owners not doing it. If you don't ask questions at the end of the message, then how can they? There's nothing for them to reply to, or unless they're the ones that are pushing this engagement. But they're not going to do that because you need to invite them for a class. Do you know what I mean? So ask a question at the end of every single message that you send to people, and be strategic in your questioning. Well, that's actually a really, really big point. What questions do you need to ask to get someone booked in? I see so many people, they ask so many questions. They ask questions like, what have you done in the past? Why do you want to do martial arts? Why do you want your child to do martial arts? All these, you don't need to, right? If you're having text conversations with people, realistically, the 3 questions that you need to know the answer to are their age, how old is their child? Which day is best for them to train? And what's their child's name? Realistically, once you've got those 3 questions, you can book people in. Don't go overboard and ask more questions. The fewer questions, but higher quality questions you can ask, like to get them to the next stage of the booking, the better. So don't go overboard on the questions that you're actually asking. And then the human connection. Obviously, we want to have connections with people. Phone calls are awesome. So if you can phone people, phone them. What we use realistically works just off text message. You don't have to go overboard and start phoning. But if you do phone, you are going to get a higher conversion rate. So phone if you can. Cool. So I've built this out quickly. This is literally what we build out for our clients. And I'm going to give it you completely for free. So this is the exact messaging that we use to get a very high reply rate from the leads on behalf of the martial arts school owners that we have. So for us, a lead comes through, whether that's through Facebook, Google, whatever it is, a lead comes through. Now, within 5 minutes, because we don't want the conversion rate percentage to drop by like 80%, we want to send that first message. So as soon as a lead comes through, we want that first message to be automated. We want that first message to send out straight away. Well, these first 2 messages to send out straight away. And those first 2 messages are, "Hey, John, Dro Kickboxing here. You have successfully claimed one of our kids' martial arts class offers. Are you ready to get your child booked in? Are you ready to get your child booked in, John? Or do you have a question that we can answer?" Simple as that. Now, if you want to pair that with a phone call, you're just going to up your conversion rate even more. But you don't have to. You don't have to phone people. We send enough messages that it works just from messages. But, phoning people is always just going to up your conversion rate. So if you care about money, probably phone them. Cool. So you send those 2 messages. If you get a reply, you don't have to message them again. You can just have a conversation. You can just conversate with them and then get them booked in for the class. So let's imagine John replies to this. The 3 things we want to know are, what is his child's age, which day is best for him to train, and what's their child's name. Get them booked in for a class, send confirmations and reminders to get them to turn up. Simple as that. Now, if they don't reply, we want to wait 24 hours and send another message. And that other message could be something as simple as this. Feel free to take these. "Did you see this, John? Are you ready to get your child booked in?" Maybe pair that with a phone call as well to up the conversion rate. Now, 24 hours after that, we send another message. "Hey, John, we're having so many children join our classes. Ready to get your child booked in?" And then a phone call paired with that as well. Now, I'm going to go through these really quick. But I want you to know, this looks like a lot. It really does. Now, if you can get an automated way of sending these out that stops when people reply, awesome. We can obviously do that for you. If you can find a way to do that, then great. Because this shows that you care. It really does. If you've got a service that you're proud of and you genuinely think that you can help people, you shouldn't have a problem with putting this in place. Sending 7 or 8 messages to someone to help them, build the confidence to reply, having that conversation with them and then getting them into their class and helping them solve their problem is better than just sending 1 message, they never reply, and then you never solve that problem for them. If you really care, you should be able to put the effort into this. Following up with people this much just shows that you give a fuck and that you actually believe in your service. For example, my agency, we message people consistently. We message martial arts school owners all the time. You've probably had loads of messages off me, and maybe you've looked at them and thought, just stop messaging me, Donovan. Now, I've got no problem messaging you until you tell me to go away or fuck off. And the reason for that is because I deeply care about helping martial arts school owners, and I believe our service helps martial arts school owners massively. Well, I know our service helps martial arts school owners massively. So I have no problem consistently following up with people. And that's because I know that if they have a problem I can solve, if they don't reply until 5 or 6 messages later, book a call with us. We jump on that call. We get started on one of our services and then we fix their problem and get them 50 to 100 members across the next 90 days. They aren't going to have a problem with the fact that I consistently message them. And it's the same with these guys. These guys are not going to have a problem with you continuously bothering them if it means that they get their ass into the gym, into the martial arts school and lose weight or whatever their issue is that they want to do. Or their child gets more confidence or whatever it is that you help with, they're not going to have a problem that you message them a few times at the start of their journey. Cool. Next message. "Hey, John, we're having so many children join our classes. Ready to get booked in?" Next one, "Confidence, happier, and more disciplined. There are so many benefits to sending your child to Dro Kickboxing. Ready to get your child booked in, John?" And then we've done a duplicate one there, so we don't want to do that. So let's delete that. And then put this arrow up here. Cool. And then 48 hours later, I send a simple message that says, "Are you ready to get booked in?" And then the final message, now this is the one that we get a lot of people replying to, and I think it's because it's a bit more personal. This one's a bit more clever in the way it's written. So, "Hey, John." So this is a person who hasn't replied to 7 messages from us and 3 phone calls. "Hey, John, Donovan here from Dro Kickboxing. This is the last message you're going to get from us. We aren't going to just bother you forever. We really would love to help your child. We are just a message away. If we don't hear from you within the next 3 days, I will drop you into the not interested section of our system. So for the last time from us, are you ready to get your child booked in, John? Or are you ready to get your child booked in?" And we get a lot of people replying to that message. And I think it's because it's a lot more personal. And do you want to know something crazy? When people reply to that message, then they don't reply in a negative way. They reply and they say, "I'm really sorry, I've had a busy week or I've had a busy 2 weeks. I do really want to still get my child booked in. Can we sort something for next week?" or something like that. The power of consistently following up with people is incredible and it gets amazing results. So if you aren't doing this, I know I sound like a broken record, and you've probably seen videos where I've spoken about it before. You need to be doing it. And you've got no excuse not to now, because I've dropped the exact steps that we use and the exact messaging that we use. Now, what I will say is if you do this or don't do this, it makes no difference to my life. The only reason I make these videos is because I want to make it easy for martial arts schools to grow. Like, not only to help you, but a little bit about my mission myself is I came from doing martial arts all my life. Like, I've done martial arts since I was 5, and I know I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for martial arts. So I know if I help you get more members into your school, it means that you're going to get more children into your school, which long term means children all across the UK are going to get more into martial arts, and it's going to have the effect that it had on me. So part of my mission is also making martial arts more accessible to children all around the UK. And to do that, I know that part of that is making you more powerful when it comes to advertising and getting more members into your school. So just a little bit about my mission. I want you to have this because I want you to grow your martial arts school, not just for you, but for the people who you benefit as well. I want more people to benefit from your school. So that's why I've given away these scripts. That's the end of the video. That's everything. Now, a few things first before I go. If you could like and subscribe this video, that'd be like and subscribe. That'd be great. It'll just show the YouTube algorithm as well that these are the sort of things that you're interested in seeing. So you'll see more videos like this that will help you grow your martial arts school. On top of that, there's a link underneath this video, and the link just is something that I've put there. If you click on it, it will just tell you a little bit about how you can grow your martial arts school better. And maybe book a call with us. Whether you click it or not, that's completely up to you. I'm not fussed either way, but I hope this video has helped you. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking the time to actually watch this video. Hopefully you've taken notes. Hopefully you've taken a lot away from it. And I do appreciate you taking the time and joining me here today to watch this video. And hopefully you'll action it and it will help your martial arts school. Cool. So my name's Donovan. I help martial arts schools grow through building cool systems. But yeah, that's everything. Have a nice day.